Hello friends and fellow neighbors, and today I am sitting here with Sidney Kushner, who is the founder and executive director of CCChampions here in Pittsburgh. Sidney, thank you so much for your time today.
Thanks, my friend.
Now, would you mind just telling us a little bit about yourself, what you do, and what exactly is CCChampions?
Absolutely. So CCChampions stands for Connecting Children with Champions, and we are a mentoring nonprofit for kids with cancer centered around the question, what do you want to be when you grow up? And so whenever a child is newly diagnosed within about 100 miles of our city, they're referred to us and we ask them that special question. And whether they want to be a dancer, a hockey player, a video game designer, a space technologist, or even a ghost hunter, we'll find that special someone who can be a friend throughout the cancer journey.
That is absolutely beautiful what you do here.
Thank you.
Okay, now Sidney, I saw your story online about how you started CCChampions. Would you mind maybe telling us a little bit about it, because it was just so inspirational to me.
Yes, I grew up in the South Hills, and when I was in high school, my friend Lauren, who was a year older than me, was diagnosed with a rare form of cancer. And the day she was diagnosed, she was immediately in the hospital getting treatment. And we found out the news, and for the next 6 months we didn't see her. We didn't see her in choir
Not at
practice.
all? Or?
Not at all. As she was in the hospital getting that treatment and going through the throes of her cancer journey. And one of the questions that kept rattling through my mind was, what can I do to be a helpful friend right now for someone who's going through such intense social isolation? And so I went to college, I got into Brown University to find the answer to that question. I majored in applied mathematics and biology, figuring somehow that would get me into the world of pediatric oncology. And I started volunteering with kids with cancer, and the first question I would ask them is, what do you want to be when you grow up? And that grew into CCChampions.
Well, just that one little thing, and it has turned into something like this. That is really inspirational.
Thank you.
Okay, now Sidney, the thing that I absolutely love about CCChampions is all the different careers that your kids want to ask for, like a sports broadcaster, chef, police officer, ghost hunter, like a cowboy or a cowgirl. Now when I was researching you, I just could not stop thinking about, how do you find all these people for all the different careers that your kids want to be when they grow up?
I will tell you, Pittsburgh is unlike any other city I've ever been. Like, the number of people that want to help in this community, I always say it's big enough that people notice what's happening here, but it's small enough that it's interconnected of all these people who are givers. And so initially we started with just a few role models, and now we're up to 34 different professions. And the kids really do, I mean, between ghost hunters and space technologists, like, we've got everything in there. And I have to give credit to my team of finding all of these people, but Ghost Hunters is one of our most recent ones, and so we put out an ask to the community and found a few ghost hunters locally, and they were all in.
Well, it just shows how great the neighborhood of Pittsburgh can be with helping out with the community.
That's right.
Okay, wait. So how do the friendships work? Is there a certain time period where they meet, maybe once a month or maybe once a week or something? How does it work?
Yeah, and that's exactly it. Everything that we do is research-based and outcomes-driven, built to help kids achieve the developmental milestones they should be reaching had they not been so sick. So we don't provide that one special moment, but rather that friend who can be there throughout the cancer journey and to even help them after that cancer journey build their post-cancer life. And so our friendships last a minimum of 6 months, and our role models and kids get together on a weekly basis, monthly basis, whatever is best for the child. And it can range from anything from hunting for ghosts, for example, or designing their own animation for our kids who want to be animators, to just finding Waldo from the comfort of their bed in the hospital room.
That really makes me smile. Alright, so, Mr. Rogers' number one priority in his life was to care about the feelings of children, to make sure that they were always happy, they were always smiling, and even if they were even sad about something, just trying to lift their spirits up. So, what does the saying, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" What's like the significance and the importance of that saying, especially to a child battling cancer?
One of our goals is to help kids envision their life after cancer and recognize that cancer doesn't define them, but it can be a chapter of their life. And so when we ask kids, what do you want to be when you grow up, we're trying to help them recognize that they will survive cancer, and they will go to school and graduate, and they will be able to live their dreams just like all of us do. And what's so important for us is everyone who walks into that child's room, they are telling them, here's what's going to happen to you, here's what we're going to do to you, and here's something to deal with your cancer. And we're able to walk into that room, we're the only people who ask them, how do we make today yours, right? Let's think about, what do you want to dream about? What do you want to do? And how can we make that possible?
It helps them to realize that they don't have cancer. It just helps them be a normal kid again.
Exactly.
Wow. Do you have any stories about Mr. Rogers that you would like to share with us?
Ooh, yes. So when I was a kid, before I learned how to tell time, whenever I would ask my mom, hey mom, how long until dinner? How long until we get to play on the swings, or whatever it was, the way we would communicate time is she would tell me, oh, it's going to be in 2 Mr. Rogers or 4 Mr. Rogers. And because my favorite thing to do was to watch Mr. Rogers episodes, that was the way that I understood how long things took. And my mom and I, we joke about that all the time, but it was it worked.
Yeah, well, what a fascinating story about how you were able to tell time because of Mr. Rogers. Okay, Sidney, so one thing that we do here at Live Life Right is we always ask our inspiring neighbors, what makes a snappy new day for them in your life? Meaning just, what just makes a happy, feel-good day for you? So can you think of anything that would make a snappy new day for you?
That. It's the people around me. I really, just being able to be surrounded by people that I love. It doesn't matter what I'm doing or where I am. I mean, that's what makes it all worth it.
Makes it all worth it. Wow. It's really beautiful.
Thank you.
Okay, now Sidney, so I was just wondering, what is the difference between CCChampions and another organization such as the Make-A-Wish Foundation?
Yeah. Oh, good question. Make-A-Wish. So Make-A-Wish is amazing. They're one of our partner. They're one of our partner organizations, and the way we look at it is there's this big puzzle of pediatric oncology, and we're all solving different pieces to the puzzle. And so the piece we're solving, instead of finding that one-time beautiful experience, it's about helping kids continue to develop during their cancer treatment and after. So everything we do is long-term, it's research-based, it's outcomes-driven, and it's about those friendships that connect kids with local role models, like everyday role models that they can look at and say, I can do what that person does, and really envision their life after cancer.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So instead of just that one-time experience, you want to keep it going for kids. That's really inspirational. right, so what would somebody need to do if they would be interested in volunteering at CC Champions?
Ooh, yay! So there's lots of different ways that people can help the organization. Whether it's from the program side, if you want to be a role model for one of our kids, you can just go to our website CCChampions.com and go to ways to help. We also have a charitable March Madness competition every March where people from around the country can form teams with their friends, their office, their classmates, and instead of gambling their pot away, they can donate it and sponsor a newly diagnosed kid and their friendship during the coming year. And at the end of the year, they get a scrapbook of the friendship that they made possible.
Oh, really?
And that's our way of showing our kids how many people are out there rooting for them to beat the disease.
Oh, really? Oh, well, that is really cool. Especially with the March Madness thing. I think that's really cool about what you do. Well, Sidney, well, I just want to say thank you very much for joining us today. You just hearing your story about what you do for these kids around the Pittsburgh area, it just makes me think you are truly living the spirit of Mr. Rogers in today's age. I know if he was still here today, I know he would be so proud of you for what you do in our community, and I just want to say thank you so much, especially for cancer survivors like my mother, for using this platform to help kids truly live out their dreams. It's just so inspirational to me, and thank you so much for joining us. You were truly an inspiring neighbor.
Right back at you.
Thank you. Well, folks, that's all the time we have today for Live Like Fred. I'm Colin Tobias. See you next time.